Do you feel that some of the changes that have recently happened, such as the nonprofit status and other things, are a benefit and a lifesaver, or a guarantee of a continuation, or
Well, I don't think anything's a guarantee. I think that the guarantee that we would have is the spirit of the people that are here now. If that can continue, I think there's a very good chance that this will go on. A lot of them are younger and don't know that they can't do this. I knew that I couldn't do it, and I did it anyway, and had to file bankruptcy a couple of times because we lost almost $1 million in the rain. First 17 years it rained 7 times, and I think I owed $940,000, and the bank would not foreclose on me because we were bringing all this tourism in here, and so they kept helping me, and we developed a sponsorship program, and I was fortunate in that when I came in here, I knew every arts and music editor of every major publication in the state on a first-name basis, because I owned a classical music station in Austin, and I was producing there. I produced 1,500 events before this event started, and about 60 were left over to produce during the first few years of this festival. So I knew what was possible, but I didn't think it was probable. But I did it anyway because my wife at the time, Nancy Lee, and I both thought it was a worthwhile thing to do. The thing that prompted it was that the kids that used to hang out at the festival, at the Checkered Flag Club in Austin in the 60s, were now married with children, didn't want to be someplace full of smoke, someplace with a lot of alcohol and whatnot, and this is the ideal thing for them. And at that point, when we saw how the first time that we did it at the governor's urging to help the Arts and Crafts Fair, the enthusiasm of the Dallas Morning News and of the Dallas Times Herald and some other papers that are no longer here that gave us full pages of coverage because of the spirit that just burst out of here under Peter's guidance, that this was something that we felt could save society. Everybody's saying one thing at a time. I said one song at a time. That was 38 years ago, and that actually gives people hope. We all think we're unique in our pain, our difficulties, and it becomes universal when writers open their hearts and sing it musically. People say, well, that's what happened to me. He's doing all right, I can do all right. And then we had AAs on our volunteer thing. Usually 60 out of the 600 volunteers were people that had alcohol problems, that were disowned by their families, by their friends, because of all the things that happen when that evolves. And all we expected of them here as volunteers is to show up on time and clean clothes and do your job. They found themselves being embraced by this community that assembles here every year. And a lot of them are married now. And so there are a lot of side things that make me happy that really have nothing to do with money. Yes. Because if it's profitable, it's been a spiritual profit.
Absolutely. It's family by choice.
Yeah.
And that is often very strong. We again appreciate all the effort, and that you are now retired and enjoying the festivals and doing that. If you had to speculate on your wildest dream, what do you see the Kerrville Folk Festival in 30 years?
Well, I know that they have a 50-year plan, which I think is kind of ridiculous. I think they need to worry about next year.
Absolutely.
I think every year is important. We as a society, the world as a entity, evolve so much every year. I wouldn't predict anything for 30 years. My hope would be that this event would not change from the style and the spiritual guidance that it provides for people who immediately take it deep breath and let their breath out and relax when they get here. The hill country is partly responsible for that, and the community that has evolved out of our ideas of space and respect and sharing, and we don't care how old, what color, what church or anything, or any church, it doesn't make any difference. It's that there's decency in every human being if they're given an opportunity to be welcomed into a place that, and this sounds like some hippie thing, but I'll tell you that it works. And I just hope that our nation as a whole can politically evolve into something similar to this under the right leadership.
The community is definitely something different, and again, we appreciate your concern and your consideration for many people. And,
well, I'm pleased that you guys who are reaching out to more people can allow me to tell you this fantasy of mine that has really come to pass.
Fantasies do come true.
Yeah.
So, in your enjoyment of your off time, do you have any upcoming projects that you've been working on now?
Well, I have just completed in the past year 5 concerts at a new bowl theater at Plano, and a big concert for the Woodlands. It's working with cities, and cities don't know the music business, and it's nice to be able to show them how you do that, and how you pay advance deposits, which they never do, and sign contracts that make sense, and that everybody's insured, and that the event can come off, and that it's not sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I hope to be able to work in El Paso and several other places along those lines, and enjoy traveling. I have, it's been 8 years since my divorce, and in the last 5 years I've been with a woman that's just changed my life. We travel a lot. We go to Hawaii 2 or 3 times a year, and we go to Grand Cayman, and we have timeshares in Las Vegas and all over the place, and it just allows us to sleep late and wake up without all the pressures, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for about 30 years. That, as Willie said, you know, you build enough character, it's time to go for the money. Well, what I'm doing is going for the relaxation and the ability to maybe give my services to some other people, other organizations, people that just can't get started because they don't know where to start. It's just pretty awe-inspiring to start something big, and the thing is to start small and be honest about it, and try to tie it into the heritage of the place in which you're performing. So I'm just excited to be alive, and to see all my friends and have them remember me. It's amazing. It's just wonderful.
It is, and we sure appreciate your time and your efforts and your vision, and we hope you enjoy your resting and traveling, and we will look forward to future projects.
Great. Well, thank you very much.